Hello, everyone. Today we'll be talking about Magic Girl's father, known as Magic Man, who is a member of the United Heroes. In Magic Man's early life, he fell in love with a fairy witch, who was a hybrid of the two species of a fairy and a witch. He bore a daughter known as Magic Girl with the powers of magic, bestowed her the powers of magic and the powers to exactly mutate her abilities, and also she was born half human, not exactly as a fairy witch, which is quietly known as Magic Girl, as I previously told you about, who's a member of the Universal Heroes. Magic Man has been fighting a sinister Dark Druid, who is a member of the Dark Druids and the Dark Witches and the Dark Faithful group over the past few centuries, stopping him in wreaking havoc throughout the Sacred World and throughout the known universe by using his dark magic to create monsters and evil dark experimental crystals and fusing them with dark energy and with dark powers. This one dark druid served a powerful dark villain known as Dark Master. He was a very dark villain. He's a very powerful dark villain known as Dark Master, who is hungry for power and hungry for control over the other worlds and all the other universes and all the other sacred worlds and all the other planets. Magic Man fought this dark druid over the past few centuries, able to stop him with these dark imaginations and his rogue missions and all his sinister plans for the rest of humanity and all his attempts to destroy mankind and all the other civilizations that have existed before. They had a clash and a crossfire with lives being in danger, and both sides suffered heavy losses on the battle since the Dark Druid and Magic Man both fought. Two of their forces were quietly numerous of casualties on both sides, and they were both quietly suffering enormous deaths and enormous lives were lost in the battle. The one Dark Druid managed to escape, so did Magic Man. Magic Man eventually found himself on Earth's solar system, able to adopt a man known as Magic Man, and able to exactly keep his daughter from a school of magic that is quietly meant for witches and fairies, raised her there in a school of magic for witches and fairies, raising Magic Girl in a school of witches and fairies over the following centuries, keeping her safe, able to nurture her gift of magic and her possible abilities of magic, and also making sure she becomes the strongest and most worthy magician or magician being with all the power of magic bestowed to her in order to use these gifts to save human lives and human world and human civilization from evil forces and from dark forces. Magic Man joined the United Heroes when Foe, the founder the founder of the Four Nation Hunter and leader, and also the next member of the United Heroes, came to him and extended an invitation for him to join the United Heroes to fighting the forces of evil and also confronting deadly adversaries and foes and formidable enemies that they have never able to encounter throughout the past few centuries. Magic Man accepted the invitation to join the organization of heroes and to fight against the forces of evil. Over time, fighting against the forces of evil, they come across against a power-hungry villain known as Queen Ivy, who is a high-ranking member of a villainous organization known as the Founders. Queen Ivy wanted to place her control over planet Earth and all the other planets. Magic Man and all the other heroes fought against Queen Ivy, had a clash with her, and even exactly confronted her. Both of their sides and both of their forces were quietly in an even match war. But Queen Ivy uses powerful dark entities and dark energies to control her people and to control her armies, and also using them against them to fight for her battles. In doing so, Magic Man able to cure some of Queen Ivy's people and also of her planet, and also in protecting it, and also in doing so by restoring peace and harmony to the other worlds that Queen Ivy has corrupted with her dark energy and with her dark entities. In doing so, Magic Man was able to uplift the souls and spirits of all the other worlds that have lost hope over the Four Nation Hunters and over the other heroes who quietly came before them in order to restore peace and balance and mentality. Magic Man restored hope and balance and happiness to the other worlds and to the other civilization. He fought against other dark druids and dark witches and dark faithful, trying to stop their sinister plan from reconquering all the other worlds and all the other planets from the edges of Earth's solar system and from the edges of Earth's solar system and throughout Earth's near solar system. In doing so, Magic Man began a blue a blue transit ritual in order to detect ancient dark magic and ancient dark power, such as detecting Nurzak, the Dark Sun Witches, Nebula Bringer, Jack Bringer, and also Witch Girl, Shadowfall, and even Ghostmaster, Shadowhand, Death Hand, and all the other sinister evil sorcerers, and even Dark Witch Boy, and all the other sinister sorcerers and sinister witches who are the most powerful, who are the ranked most powerful ones of all by detecting their energies while he's meditating in his magical room and in his magical room with the crystals upon him. He can sense the energies of the dark sorcerers, the most formidable dark sorcerers and the most strongest and most powerful witches and most deadly, lethal sorcerers and evil sorcerers and the most scary villains and with the most deadly powers, using those powers to corrupt and create conflicts and chaos throughout society and throughout humanity and throughout the sacred world and throughout mankind itself and throughout the sacred universe and all the other universes. Magic Man can detect them. In a one time year, Magic Man detected the energy of Nebula Bringer, who is the most ranked, highly ranked, powerful dark witch with her powerful dark magic. He able to detect her energy because Nebula Bringer was using her dark magic with the other dark druids, converging it for a sinister ritual, able to exactly channel all that dark energy and that dark power for a sinister ritual to destroy or to reconfine or converting the energy into a power core to disable all the other power planets and all the other civilization. Magic Man came to a stop by and alerted the other heroes of threats that is still imminent, and the other heroes quietly picked up on it and they decided to drop by and prevent Nebula Bringer from destroying the other worlds and all the civilization. Nebula Bringer also came to study that Magic Man also has the ability of detecting her energy. In doing so, Nebula Bringer was well aware of the threat that she was facing. She decided to cloak her energy and glamour her energy and protect it and shield it from all Magic Man detection, from all magical detection and magical senses that Magic Man has able to install upon himself and throughout the other heroes. In doing so, Magic Man's mission has become a needle in a haystack in finding Nebula Bringer and Jack Bringer and Shadow Jack and all the other evil sorcerers and all the other evil villains and all the other sinister foes and sinister adversaries that are quietly still at large. But his mission still kept going by protecting planet Earth and all human civilization from all attacks. When the Shadow Empire descended in chaos over the death of the Lolo Magic, Magic Man and all the other United Heroes were present at the time of the conference to discuss the outbreak and the fallout of the Shadow Empire's chaos and how to move forward. But the Universal Heroes told them that they had the situation under control, that they don't need any assistance from the United Heroes. Magic Man quietly disavowed their approval, that they quietly need to step up and do what they have to do, that they have responsibilities throughout the entire galaxy and throughout the rest of the universe. The Universal Man quietly gave the United Heroes a new mission and also a new assignment and a reconnaissance missions to exactly go to the galaxy universe, and begin the peace treaty there. While the United Heroes accepted the mission and also the rest of the reconnaissance, they'll exactly go to the galaxy universe and speak to the Galaxy King and exactly extend the peace treaty in order to help the Universal King restore peace and vitality and harmony throughout the sacred world and throughout the sacred universe. With the Universal Throne's powers being untapped with a power vacuum that has quietly affected the known universe and also the sacred world and the sacred universe, with the Shadow Empire warlords fighting amongst each other and others trying to seize power, protecting a small corner of their fleets and each section of the universe and each section of their home worlds and planets and dark druids and dark witches and dark faithful that are quietly still at large and that are still planning and protecting their own faction and their own fleets and using their own fleets and their sinister plans to create or conjure dark magical weapons and destructive weapons for the Shadow Empire to use in order to further its ambition, since the little magic has been slandered in death and has been killed, thanks to the intervention of the Universal Heroes and Universal Men and the other heroes exactly. Magic Man came to believe that society was ready for the next step in order for them to help mankind, in order for them to help mankind begin their next step in helping humanity reach its greatest evolution and in protecting it from all disasters, chaos that all the other villains may cause, such as Ghostmaster, Shadow Hand, Shadow Arrow, Death Hand, who is a high-ranking member of the Galactic, who has dark magic and water magic, able to create tides and floods, creating supernatural natural disasters throughout the sacred worlds, which Magic Man can detect easily or easily can't detect them despite who is exactly behind them and who's exactly creating them in order to create more chaos and more turmoil throughout the other civilization. And also detecting Golden Knight, who is a high-ranking member of the Order of the Five, another organization of supervillains that decides the fate of humanity, and also the other supervillains such as Shadowfly and all the other supervillains who are quietly still at large and who are still planning and scheming their own schemes in order to exactly empower themselves and also empower the world for their own selfish agenda and their own selfish ambition. And through all of this, Magic Man is quietly very determined to stop the bad guys and also to fight against the bad guys, no matter how hard or no matter how tough, no matter how difficult the circumstances. He even healed an entire civilization with the help of all magical creatures with them, able to use his magic for good and to fight evil for good. When Witch Girl attacked the entire magical worlds and all the other worlds, using her dark magic to seize power and to seize control over the other civilization, Magic Man was able fend her off and able to make her fully retreat, forcing her to retreat when her attacks were no longer effective to the other sinister threats and to the other foes, able forcing her to retreat fully and able to restore balance to the other worlds. In doing so, Magic Man's magic is so beautiful and so purity and full of impurity energy that can able to purify shadow energy and also remove the corrupted souls that have been corrupted by shadow energy or dark energy or dark magic or any type of spell that it may easily be corrupted by the enemy. He's even to fight even head on, even going head on with able to go head on, able to go head on with other sinister sorcerers such as Witch Girl and also Dark Witch Boy and also Switch, who is a powerful dark witch and also with the most formidable foe and all the other dark witches and all the other dark druids. He's been fighting against the other dark druid, one dark druid member of the other dark druids and the other dark witches has been wreaking more havoc and more chaos throughout the physical world and throughout the sacred world and throughout the sacred universe, able to exactly fighting for as much time and fending him off for as much time as he possibly could. Magic Man is very highly skilled in magic. Over the centuries, he's very accomplished in magic, made him more invincible and made him more a formidable foe for all the other sinister magical villains he has ever encountered, such as Witch Girl and also Switch and also Dark Witch Boy, Nebula Bringer and Jack Bringer and Shadow Jack and Chaos Bringer Jack, fighting all the other sorcerers by any means necessary to restore peace and balance. His magical expertise has been invaluable to the cause of the heroes and also invaluable to the team and also to its asset by helping Magic Girl reach her full potential, and that he has also reached his full potential by being in magic school in his earlier life. He was raised in magic school, a school of witches and fairies, being trained to fight evil. Some who exactly left the school for their own destinies. He's even reached his own destiny since he's been raised by elderly fairies and elderly witches, able to train him and combat him to use magic for a force for good and all other signs. He's very skilled in magic and very quietly made him imperial and made him immortal to all foes and all enemies he's been able to fight. He's even capable of going head to head with combat magic, using it to fight Witch Girl and all the other sorcerers and all the other supreme sorcerers and all the other supreme leaders of the entire sacred worlds and all the other leaders of the entire sacred universe, able to exactly fight them and able to exactly keep track of the balance and all the corruption that they've easily caused. He's even gone head to head and toe head to head with Mayor Bear, who is a supervillain and a strategist of the Order of the Twelfth, another sinister society of supervillains formed by the Universal Prince to seize power of the Universal Throne, who is a member and a very high-ranking member of the Order of the Twelfth, who has been exactly throwing his corruption throughout the underworld, trying to seize control of the underworld and all the other civilizations and all the other planets, Mayor Bear is very, very corruptible and very, very, very quietly stubborn and very quietly ignorant. Magic Man came to believe like his ignorance of power, hungry, thirst made him a villain, made him wanting more power, made him wanting more control of all the other civilizations and all the other worlds. But in doing so, he's able to make a standoff against the bad guys in Thunder World or in any worlds or in any civilizations by fighting the agents and all the forces of evil and all the other monsters that he can able to easily fight. Magic Man is very, very determined and very, very smart and intelligent. He has raw magic abilities and raw talent for magical magician. He even became a magician in his earlier life in order to please people with his gifts, able to exactly help them realize that the full potential of magic, that it can also be a force for good and also become a force of nature that can also be understood, that can also create harmony and peace and prosperity. In doing so, Magic Man himself is quietly very much a philosopher and a very much of a good dad that he's been to Magic Girl, able to send her off to magic school to be raised by elderly witches and elderly fairies to keep track of her. He's been keeping track of her development ever since he sent her to the school, able to exactly make sure that she rises to her full potential and that she's cared for and that she's watched by any means necessary, that she's very, very well secured with her gift, able to use it for the good reasons, not for the evil reasons or for any dark reasons. Magic Man is even destined to save, he even believes that he's destined to save humanity and the sacred world from evil forces and agents, from the agents of evil and all the other supervillains. He even heard rumors of Dark Master rising to the fold and becoming more powerful and becoming more sinister than ever. Even in the under conference with the United Heroes, that Four was able to call and tell them that it's time that they fight off the agents, taking off all the agents of the forces of evil, of the high-ranking masters that the bad guys have dispatched to wreak chaos on all the other home worlds of the civilizations of the sacred world and of the sacred universe. In doing so, to restore peace and vitality, Magic Man can even create rituals, incantation. He can even practice summoning. He can even cast spells, create illusions, create a number of clones of himself, project clones of himself, and even astral project, can even see to the minds of the person, can even conjure a spell and even detect lies or see through lies and even sense energies, ancient or dark energies, even as a power to control, manipulate the weather with his magical gift, depending on how powerful he is and how great he is. He ages like all human. He's born half human, like his daughter is also born half human, and he's also quietly capable of aging. He's not exactly immortal, but he's rather like an immortal being with magical gifts and magical potentials just given to him with these powers and all these gifts. In his early life, he was a magician, able to make people happy, make sure that they were quietly cared for, and that he used his gift to fight the forces of evil, no matter the circumstances and no matter the risk to himself. Well, that's it, folks. That's it for today. I hope you will enjoy this episode of Magic Man. He's a member of the United Heroes, and he still is a member of the United Heroes, and you'll forever be. Hope you all remain safe and have a good day. Bye.